Hey everybody, happy 2024 to everyone. Happy New Year. How's everybody doing? I'm doing well. Saw some fireworks last night, slept in late this morning, got caught up on stuff during the day, did a workout. Everybody staying in shape. Got to do that too. Can't just sit around a computer all day, right? So that's what happens New Year, right? You make your resolutions and go. So we're going to talk about resolutions for trading in crypto, what everyone's going to be doing this year. Big picture. I'm not giving a Dogecoin price prediction, so don't ask me. That's going to be in a video tomorrow. I got my own video that I'm going to do for that. But we are going to talk about trends. We're going to talk about the big picture, sort of the yearly trends and what's going on. And you guys already know what I'm doing. I'm hodling, continuing to DCA. That's the big picture, right? Hodling and DCAing, not selling. I am not selling in 2024. Too soon. So that's what's going on. Let me drop down here in the corner, make the chart nice and big, and we're going to start with the yearly chart. I never show this chart. This is the yearly Dogecoin chart. Of course, 2021 had this monster year where it started the year down here at 0.005, less than a penny. And then, of course, had, this wick was April, May, going all the way up to 74 cents and all the way back down. By the end of the year, closed the year at about 17 cents, started 2022 at 17 and ended 22 down here at just under 7 cents. So 2023, we ended up in the green for 2023. In the green right there. And a little green candle, not a big green candle. Because what happened in 2023 with Dogecoin? Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. We're waiting. That's what we're doing. We're waiting. So good year to accumulate, right? 2023, good year to accumulate. And so far, as we're starting 2024, also a good time to accumulate. Dogecoin is still less than 10 cents a coin, and we know that there are these huge catalysts going to be coming up, and I'm going to talk about those, of course, in my video tomorrow. But for now, I want to compare this to a couple other charts. And one is Bitcoin's chart, because the Dogecoin chart, we see this, huge 2021. We saw the 2022 red candle bear market, 2023, and most of this in altcoins was all the last 3 months, from 2.5 months, from the middle of October to the end of the year, is when most of these gains in altcoins happened for the year. And same with Doge. Doge was in the red until October for the year. But we ended on a good note, and we're already starting 2024 with this little green candle. So good start. But look at Bitcoin. Here's Bitcoin's yearly chart. And with Bitcoin almost engulfed the red bear candle from 2022. 2023 almost engulfed it. And of course, Bitcoin is starting out 2024 with a green candle up 3% or so far. So with that, this is interesting because we've got, and we can look at these in terms of the 4-year cycles again, because again, these 4-year cycles are what has been driving crypto so far year to date. And I have not been shown any data or anything that's going to say that anything's different. Nothing's going to be different. So we have 1, 2. I'm going to sketch here. Yeah, 3. Yeah, these are. It's not doing this on the yearly. So let me do the. That will be the orange, right? That'll be orange. And then this one will be red, right? We'll just make that the red one. And then we'll make the second one here is the bull market, green. And then that one will be the reset year. The reset year we'll call purple. Okay, so we've got 4 colors here, right? We've got 2012. 2012, yeah, the halving year. 2013, bull market. Always the year after the halving, bull market. 2014 is bear market. 2015, reset year. Okay, so we can take these, we can actually move them to the next 4 cycles, right? We have the same thing. Same thing happens. We have a halving year, 2016. The halving year is a green candle. Okay, this is just Bitcoin, okay? And then we have the bull market. 2017, big bull market for Bitcoin. 2018, bear market. 2019, reset year, happens to be a green candle. So we can take these, we can move them again every 4 years, right? So it goes all the way up there, there. And this is the one we just had, right there. So what happens again? 2020, halving year, green candle. 2021 shoots up to all-time high, bull market. 2022, bear market. 2023 was a reset year. But what happened with Bitcoin in the reset year? It took off. It took off and almost engulfed the whole bear market in 1 year. So we're already starting out 2024 green. This is the halving year, right? This is going to be the next purple right here. Halving year. What has always happened? Green candle, right? And then what happens the year after that? The year after the halving has always been a bull market. So again, green, red, green, green. green, red, green, 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 red, green, green, and then a green again. And then 2026 will be the next bear market. Again, just going on the 4-year cycles, looking at the yearly charts. That's the pattern. So we've got 2 years of green candles to go. We've got this year, which has just started today, already green, and then we'll get the 2025 green. So that's what I'm betting on. So I'm holding. This is the halving year. Now there'll be ups and downs. We'll talk about those, but it's going to be green. Now, if we look at the total Bitcoin or total crypto, this is the total market cap of crypto. Very similar to the Bitcoin chart. Again, 2021 all-time high, 2022 bear market, 2023 came up. But look, in total market cap, we only got about 2/3 of the way to where that bear market was, where it started, where Bitcoin almost matched it. But Dogecoin, only about 1/3 was Dogecoin. Dogecoin just did not move much. And then Shiba was the same thing. Didn't move much at all for Shiba. And then I look at Algorand also, barely moved. Algorand got killed in the bear market, and that bear market extended. So those are the ones that I'm betting on in 2024 into 2025 are the ones that didn't move yet. Now, Bitcoin could end up having all-time highs. Most likely it will, not guaranteed. But these other altcoins that haven't moved yet, Doge, Shiba, Algorand. I mean, look at Algorand's price and where it was. Just so much potential there. And there's a lot of others that have the same kind of thing that just have a long ways to go. So that's kind of the overall view I have of altcoins and how I think the altcoins are going to outperform Bitcoin in this bull market. They're going to outperform Bitcoin. Now, it's a good idea to have some Bitcoin in your portfolio, especially if you did in 2023, because Bitcoin outperformed the market in 2023. Now, there are a few other coins that went parabolic and did even better, like Solana. But for the most part, the market itself, the overall crypto market, only got about 2/3 of the way up to where the bear market started from 2022. So that's kind of the theme. Now in Bitcoin, if we take this and we zoom in now to like the 4-hour chart and we look at Bitcoin and where Bitcoin is, Bitcoin so far, good start to the year, right? Coming up, but still in this sort of sideways pattern overall. That sideways pattern has been since December 5th. So it's 1 month of chop for Bitcoin. It's just 1 month of chop. If I go back to the daily chart on Bitcoin, we take a look and we see what could happen, because there is a chance that we could see still a dip, because we always have those wicks that come down, and we could see Bitcoin go on a wick down that could happen at some point in time. Let me get that to be white now. That could happen. And those are the buying opportunities you look for, is when it wicks down. And where could that fall to? Well, if we look at our chart and we look at where those lows were before, it's like 40,200 right there. That would be a mark. That would be a target of support, where it fell back on 11th of December. That would be the point of 40,100. And then below that, you really don't have anything till 38K. Now, could Bitcoin fall down like that? Sure, it could. It sure could. We go to the monthly chart, and you'll see. that we could see tails down, because we've seen them before. All these months in 2021, all these big, they always had these tails or these wicks down. You always see those wicks. It always happens. We're probably going to see some wicks. So just got to be careful for them. Be ready for them. As far as Doge and where Doge is trading right now, here's the monthly chart. Got a long ways to go for Dogecoin. Got a long ways to go. So far, though, 4 green months in a row, which is good. Which is good. That's the monthly chart. We go to the daily chart, and here we are in our wedge. This is the descending wedge that I've been showing you, and I think we're probably going to stick within this wedge here. And this wedge is probably going to last until the middle of next week. We'll see whether this breaks out. That's going to depend on Bitcoin. Is Bitcoin going to continue to go on this big run leading up to January 10th, the date they're talking about these spot Bitcoin ETFs being approved? We don't know. But if Bitcoin continues to go on a run, Doge will probably follow it and will break out of this wedge, which will be great. We'll see that. That'll be awesome. So that's what we'll look for. So that's kind of the macro view of the trading that I'm looking at. We'll get into some more details later on if you guys want to know any more. But right now, here's where Doge is trading. Had a good 2024 so far, just like most cryptos are up. And now it looks like we're starting to chop a little around here, about 9.15 cents. So that's the overview. We'll get to the news in a minute. Let me check what's going on in the chat. Happy New Year, Jason. Invest in your freedom, Phil says. Hey, Curtis, how are you? Let's go, 2024. Doge to the moon. Still have that rocket launch scheduled for January 8th, the first one. Still there. Only a week away. Aiden says, hodl. That's my theme for 2024. That's going to be my theme, is hodl. There's going to be dips, guys. Stuff is going to happen. And you just hodl through. Don't try and be cute. What was my video the other day, right? The live stream last Friday, right? Don't F it up, right? While Paul said, don't F it up. It's like, don't F it up, guys. Don't try and be cute. Don't do leverage. Don't do shorting. Don't do any of that. Again, not a financial advisor. If you want to go and try it, you can, but I'm not. I am not trading this market. I'm buying and holding, continuing to DCA, and I will continue to DCA on a monthly basis through 2024 with whatever extra money I have that comes in that isn't already deployed. Because right now I've got nothing. I have no dry powder. I've spent it all. I have no more tether. I got no more cash sitting on exchanges. It's all in crypto. So that's where I am right now, starting the year. Happy New Year. Every day is a new day. That's right. Happy New Year, Pietro. Francisco says, Doge to the moon. Aiden, when you say it's always the year after the halving, do you mean the year the halving happened or the year after the year of the halving? No, 2025 will be not the start. The bull market has already started, right? 2025 is when we'll hit all-time highs. That's what happens the year after the halving. That's when all-time highs are hit. And that has happened with Bitcoin consistently every 4 years since Bitcoin started, is all-time highs. And that's the same for total market cap as well. All-time highs the year after the Bitcoin halving. So, do you take some profits in 2024? Maybe. I would only do that if there is some extraordinary event that causes a particular crypto to go on a crazy run, like SHIB, for instance, right? If SHIB decides to go on this crazy run, I'll probably sell SHIB. Because we know the memes don't always follow the rest of the crypto market. For everything else, non-meme coins, I'm not selling in 2024. I'm holding through the whole year, and we'll look to 2025 to sell. By the end of 2025, my goal is to be out of all crypto except Dogecoin. And just see how the 4-year cycle plays out. If 2026 is a bear market and I'm sitting on cash and real estate and whatever else I'm doing, that'll be okay with me. Because I'm not going to hold all of this crypto through another bear market. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. If I'm wrong and it ends up being the so-called super cycle and crypto just keeps going up, so be it. That could be the case too. We don't know. With these Bitcoin spot ETFs, we may be entering a new era in crypto where it becomes less volatile and it may consistently just keep going up. I don't know. But the past hasn't shown that. But even the stock market has bear markets too, guys. It's not just crypto that goes down. Stock market goes down too. Stock market doesn't go down on these regular 4-year cycles though. But the 4-year cycles kind of make sense with everything else that's going on. We're riding it now. This is the time when we could see the most upward volatility in crypto for the entire market, 2024 and 2025. So that's where I am. Yeah, I'm not going to get into price predictions right now. If the ETF fails to be approved, how much of the market will fall? There would be there would probably be a quick dip, but again, if we look at Bitcoin and we look again at this yearly chart of Bitcoin here, all of this trading that happened before this year, there was no Bitcoin ETF. And Bitcoin was doing just fine. Following its 4-year cycle, I think this longer green candle that we have here on Bitcoin than we have on the total market cap here, which is less. I think that's because of the last 3 months with this anticipation of these Bitcoin spot ETFs. But without that, Bitcoin will probably have a dip and then it'll just come right back and will continue on its merry way just fine, because Bitcoin really doesn't need the spot ETFs in the United States. There are already spot Bitcoin ETFs in other countries. Canada has one, and there's some other countries too, I think, that have them as well. But the US has got like the big money. That's where the big money can come in. So that's what I was looking at there. Happy New Year, William. So the January 8th Doge rocket is a ULA rocket, and you can look up ULA on X Twitter and have the and get the information there that they'll be posting. And of course, I'll keep you guys up to date too on what's going on as well. So that is the January 8th. Then SpaceX is doing the week of February 12th is the Doge 1 mission, which has both a CubeSat and a lander as the Doge 1 mission. This ULA rocket here with the Astrobotic lander is the one that's June 8th. So 2 projects, one on June 8th, one tentatively the week of February 12th. That's the SpaceX one, is February. All right. Aiden says, okay, we are already so close to all-time high, though. I feel new all-time high will be in 2 months. For Bitcoin, yes. And there are some who are saying that that could be an accelerated cycle for Bitcoin. If Bitcoin exceeds this all-time high of 69K here, and it does it in this year, which is the halving year, who knows then what's going to happen the year after the halving? It could just keep going up. And that's the price predictions that are like 200K, 250K or more for Bitcoin. So, yeah, we don't know. We'll see how that happens. Let's say the halving an ETF happens, but no X payment. Where do you see Doge at the end of 2024? That's going to be tomorrow's video. Tomorrow's video, I'm going to be talking about that kind of stuff, about Dogecoin. Okay? So you got to hold on. I can't give away my good stuff. Do you like Bonk or Doge more? I like Doge more, but I have some Bonk. I bought Bonk at 16. I sold at 30. I rebought at 15. And now where is Bonk trading? It's like 14 something, right? So I'm a little bit down on the Bonk right now. The reason I bought back into Bonk is of this utility that Solana is giving it. And if they're going to continue to support it, as Solana goes up, I think Bonk is going to go up. And Bonk may even go up more because it's a meme. Solana has already had a 10x this past year. A 10x for Solana in 2023. So what's Solana going to do in 2024? Another 10x? I don't know. But could Bonk? Maybe. Maybe. So, but I don't know. Overall, on the Bonk chart, we do see a we do see a steadily decreasing volume happening, and that could lead to a waning interest in a meme coin. And if we have a waning interest in a meme coin, generally it goes down in price. And we've seen that since I sold at 30 here on 15th of December, the last half of December, Bonk just traded down. So again, I bought at 16, almost 17, it was upper 16s, sold at 30, rebought back at 15, it's now at 14. But that was a pretty good trade. I'll take credit for that one. I don't normally do that, but with Bonk and just what was happening with it, I was like, okay. Of course, I didn't buy Bonk, before it was listed on Coinbase, and a lot of people made a ton of money on Bonk. Made a little bit. It was about a $4,000 profit I made on this. But now I have more Bonk than I had before. I had about 275 million Bonk, and now I've got 400 million Bonk. So that's not bad. And we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Flow Finder, Happy New Year. Did you like my success video? Appreciate it. It was just one of those things. Saturday morning, I was watching these motivation videos, and I was like, I could make one of those. Sure. And I thought it was kind of fun. Good thing to make. Some people said, only talk about Doge. Well, there's more to life than just Dogecoin. Oh, no. Did he just say that? Yeah. But I'm glad you enjoyed it. Tired of waiting. It's been years. Great one said, well, again, 2021, right? That was the bear market, or that was the bull market. And that's when Dogecoin hit its all-time high. So what do we have? 2025. It's the 4-year cycle, next all-time high. Will you be happy if Dogecoin hits 74 cents or higher in 2025? I would be. That would be great. Some people are saying, oh, it needs to be $1, it needs to be $2, it needs to be $5. But Again, Doge is a meme. It's not Bitcoin. So it's going to go on its own. And it needs catalysts and it needs excitement to trade. And we've seen that again and again with Doge. That's what Dogecoin needs to trade, is that sort of excitement happening. And it hasn't had that excitement for a while. And in fact, this past year, again, I was rewatching my price prediction video that I made last January. And it was about January 15th or so. I made that video for the 2023 price prediction. And Doge was at 8 cents. So it made sense for me to have a 12-cent price prediction outside of any huge catalysts. And we didn't have the catalyst. We didn't have the Doge 1 mission in 2023. We did not have Dogecoin on X, Twitter, in 2023. We didn't have Tesla, for instance, doing anything special with Dogecoin. There were not any of those big catalysts that happened. But I thought Dogecoin would actually go up 50%. Didn't happen. So it was pretty weak trading year for Dogecoin, up 30% when Bitcoin went up 100 and when it ended up 140%, something like that. And you get Solana going up 10x. So yeah, it was a weak 2023 for Doge overall. But like I say, Doge will have its day. She will have its day. That's how those trade. So, Alex asks, what is the Bitcoin halving or meaning of it? So you should Google it and get more details on it. But generally, Bitcoin as a proof of work cryptocurrency gives out Bitcoin as rewards to the miners that validate the transactions on the blockchain. But Bitcoin is set up every 4 years to cut those rewards in half. That's why it's called the halving. Where Dogecoin is the same. Dogecoin is always giving out the same number of Dogecoin to the miners as a reward for validating the transactions on the blockchain. That's what keeps proof of work blockchains secure. So Dogecoins is just going to keep going and going and going, right? 10,000 Doge every minute. Bitcoins is every 10 minutes, and it's going to be cut in half from like 6.5 to 3.25. I forget the exact numbers. I'm not a Bitcoin maxi. Clearly, I don't know what those numbers are, but that's what happens with the halving. Now, the halving is going to have a couple things are going to come out of the halving. Okay, one is going to be, and we're on Bitcoin now, on the Bitcoin chart. One of those is going to be the miners now are competing for less Bitcoin. Right now, they have a strategy set up where, based on the mining rewards of over 6 Bitcoin, when they get the reward, right, that gets cut in half. So that's half the income potentially that they're going to be making. That will probably weed out some of the less efficient miners out of the Bitcoin mining business, is what that's going to mean. And I think we're going to see Bitcoin dump after the halving. I think we're going to see Bitcoin go down in price. And that's going to happen sometime late April into May of 2024. So that's one of my year's predictions for this year, is that we're going to see a couple dumps on Bitcoin. And I said this right at the beginning of this stream, that we're going to see some tails, right? We're going to see some wicks down. One of them is probably going to happen after this spot Bitcoin ETF deadline of January 10th. I think we are going to see a dip in the price of Bitcoin. I also think we're going to see a dip in the price of Bitcoin coming late April into May. But then it's going to recover. And do you know why it's going to recover then? Because there's less Bitcoin per block that is entering into the system, making Bitcoin even more scarce, right? Cuts the inflation in half. So, yep. So that's overall good for Bitcoin. But there'll be a couple dips, and those are the things I'm looking at for the dips there. All right. I believe so many people will dump once they get their initial investments back, but they should convert either to Bitcoin or ETH. There might be some that do that. It depends on when that happens for something like Doge or SHIB. Now, if SHIB goes on a run in 2024, I would sell my SHIB and I would convert it into Bitcoin, most likely, because Bitcoin still has its 2025, bull run to go. But with memes, they can go up and down, and it can happen fast. So I would take my profits and then just zip it into Bitcoin probably. Or if there's still scuttlebutt about Doge and X payments, and that hasn't happened yet, could be buying more Doge too. So we'll see. We'll see about that. Happy New Year, Mark. Hayden says, feels like Algorand has a lot of place to move up. Yes. And I am heavy into Algorand. Heavy into Algorand. I'm looking for 10x and Algorand. I missed the Solana 10x. I'm not going to miss Algorand's 10x. So Aiden's made a list of 5 cryptos, 5 high caps, 5 mid caps, 5 low caps. Do you suggest just buying a little of all 15? Should I buy high caps, then move to mids, and then move to lows? Moving is not something I recommend so much of. I did that with Solana, and I'm paying the price because I moved from Solana to Cardano. When I had a little profit in Solana, I moved it to Cardano, thinking that Cardano always lags Solana, but Solana just kept going. So I'm kicking myself for that one. Again, I don't own as much of that as I own like Doge and Algorand, but that wasn't a great move. Plus, then you also have to pay your taxes on those gains that you made in whatever that first one was. So that's a decision you're going to have to make on how you want to set up your portfolio. But since most of the crypto market kind of moves together, if something goes on a run and you sell it and then you want to move that into something else, you kind of want to maybe move it into something that hasn't run yet. Cardano could still catch Solana. I don't know. That could happen. But we'll see. We will see. Patience, the most underused investing skill. Yep, that is it. I think BTC dropped for investors to buy cheap before the that could be. There was a lot of stuff in the news about seed money actually being spent this coming week on Bitcoin, but I think there were a lot of other institutions and other big wealthy people trying to buy in before 2024. So we did see price drops, and then we did see buying happening. Doge will have its day to gain in value. Sleeping giant. Don't be discouraged. Good word, Sergio. Happy New Year. Bull run. Avalanche. Good place to be. Good place to be. And last chat before I get into the news. Heisenberg, hey, Kriss, do you know of any official date for the rocket launches? Seem to be different everywhere. You've come to the right place. I just said it about 10 minutes ago. But I'm the only one who's actually talking about these rocket launch dates. So 2 rocket launches. ULA is the first one, still scheduled for January 8th. I will update that this week. And then the second is SpaceX's, which is the Doge 1 mission. And that is still the week of February 12th. Those are still the rocket launch dates. Yeah, caffeine for the millionth time. But At least Heisenberg knew to come here and ask me. So, because a lot of people don't quite get it yet, that there are two rockets, two Dogecoin related moon projects. The first of which is going to put a literal Dogecoin on the moon. And then the second is the Doge 1 mission, all paid for with Dogecoin, that's going to have the CubeSat that's going to be orbiting around the moon. So, yeah, see, Heisenberg, 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock. That's when I start my live streams. Got to be here at 5. You get the whole intro. You get my first takes right at the front, right? So when this is over, just scroll back to the beginning so you get the beginning as well. Yeah, there is confusing out there. People aren't getting it, though, which is why you need to come to Kriss Packs. Get the real deal. Jason, thanks you, everybody. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Appreciate the support. And also, if you are not a member of the channel, again, this Kriss Packs DCA up 56%. Not bad for 3 months. Up 56%. And this is going to go much, much higher. So we're just sitting on this, not adding anything else. I put $10,000 into this. It's now at 15.6. And then we're going to be selling this portfolio, and I'm going to be giving out proceeds to you guys who are members of my channel in Dogecoin. If you have any questions about that, ask me during live streams. You can always send me an email too. chriscrypto@gmail.com is my email. Happy to chat with you via email for those that do email still. Yeah, low roller. That was a tough game against Detroit. The Celtics, they wouldn't let Detroit beat them. I don't know what they were doing earlier on and why they got down so much, but they came back. So it's an election year. Nothing ever happens. Usually most are waiting to see what president are elected. Probably Republican rates will drop several times. The other thing about election years, though, and why both stocks and crypto normally do well is because whoever the sitting administration is, whether it's Republican or Democrat, they don't want the economy to look bad during the election year. So they're going to print money. They're going to drop the interest rates. Stocks are going to have a great year. So crypto is going to have a great year too. It just so happens that all falls on the halving. Now, why Satoshi Nakamoto had the halving year be the same as the United States election years? Was that coincidence? Or is that something that was built in that was forethought that would be good for the price of Bitcoin? I don't know. Maybe it's a coincidence, but it just so happens. So yeah, looking forward to, and we already have S&P 500 and Dow Jones at or near all-time highs going into 2024. So that's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, let me get a little bit of the news, guys. You got to let me get some news here in. First, should you invest in Dogecoin in 2024? Right? January 1st, 2024. And this guy, Steve Anderson, is writing this article. Should you invest in Dogecoin in 2024? If any of you say no, you're fired. Well, of course. I have links in the description below for Coinbase and Robinhood. Both trade Dogecoin, very active, have good liquidity. You'll get good prices. If Robinhood, you got to use your market orders. I mean, your limit orders. You have to use limit orders on Robinhood, particularly if there's high volume of trading, because otherwise Robinhood, you're not going to get the price you want. So you do your limit orders and you try and catch them on dips. But Coinbase has a good, deep liquidity. very narrow gap between the bid and the ask price. You use a market order on Doge and you're going to get the current price. So those are my recommendations. I have links in the description below. You get bonuses with each. With Robinhood, you get some free stocks. And I always say, take those free stocks and sell them and buy more Dogecoin. In Coinbase, you get to spin the wheel for free Bitcoin. And even then, when you get the Bitcoin, you could sell it and buy Doge, or you just keep the Bitcoin. Now's a good time to be getting Bitcoin. I'm just saying. Now's a good time. So that was a fun little article. Will Doge make a comeback, or will new meme coins dominate? So this is an interesting, very interesting article here, because Dogecoin is the OG meme coin, right? We've talked about this a lot. Dogecoin, the OG meme coin, right? Other memes have come and gone, but none have been coins. They've been tokens. And then we got a few tokens that actually have some staying power, like Shiba, like Pepe, and now what looks like Bonk, because Bonk is a top 100 cryptocurrency now, and it could have some staying power too. So you're hearing more and more about the place of memes in cryptocurrency, and there's something to say about that. It certainly is exciting. I mean, this last summer was just tough, right? Everything was down except Bitcoin. Bitcoin was doing okay. But all of us degens out there that are into altcoins, that was tough. So when Pepe did its thing, people were just buying into Pepe like crazy, like Miss Bullrun here. And it was kind of a relief, right? It was like, yeah, all these other cryptos are down, but look at this one that's going up. That's pretty cool. And then this fall, we had Bonk going crazy. Eventually, everything else started going up, but Bonk kind of was before that, going on its crazy run. So yeah, and yeah, AVAX has meme coins as well. In fact, Avalanche is actually going to be helping support meme coins on its platform. If it sees a good project that it's like, it's got money set aside to invest in it. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, there's going to be meme coins, meme tokens, I'll call them, that there's going to be new ones that are going to do very well in 2024. We don't know which ones they're going to be because memes kind of do their own thing. We don't know what's going to happen with Pepe. We don't know what's happened with Bonk. We don't know what's going to happen with Shiba. Dogecoin, I feel better about because of it's the OG and it's a coin and it's got its own blockchain and it does its own thing. Dogecoin isn't going anywhere. These others do have a chance of dropping significantly in value, mostly because of dev wallets, and you don't know what the distribution is of coins. I mean, of tokens, because you don't know who holds all of that. We just saw this thing with TRB, right? Teller. What the hell happened there, right? Rumors are that the devs just either minted or had a bunch of locked coins that then they unlocked and sold. I'm not 100% sure that that's what happened, but you see something drop in value like that, that's typically what happens. So, but yeah, we're going to see more meme stuff happening in 2024, and it's going to be great. I just say, just be careful. Be careful. That's all. You've heard me say that before. Is Dogecoin ready to rocket? Is Dogecoin ready to rocket? Well, rocket is a key word here because we've got two events, one in January, one in February, that is going to be a lot of hype about Dogecoin. And when there is hype in Doge, the price normally goes up. It depends on if the price goes up too fast, usually it ends up getting shorted back down. So you got to be careful with that. But if the price is gradual and is just kind of going up, that's better for Dogecoin. And we see that in the Dogecoin chart here. We see these sort of more gradual moves like this that we had from 21st of November up to 6th or 5th of December, right? That gradual move. And then we've leveled out. Now I scroll back and I go to some of the crazy pumps that we had. And where am I now? I'm still 2023. So let me go back to 2022 and you see stuff like this, right? Well, this is actually April of 2023. We see this big green candle that goes flying way up and ends up getting shorted back down. And Dogecoin can't hold that level up here because it just gets shorted down. And we see that there, and then we saw it again back in November, big time. We saw this huge run end of October into November. And that was when Elon was buying Twitter. And it just got shorted right back down. Couldn't maintain that level. So slow and steady is just much better for gains for Dogecoin, in my opinion. That's what we see. So get back to where we are, and there is our wedge. So we're still stuck in this wedge. If you guys didn't hear me before, this is on a 4-hour chart, and this is where I think Dogecoin is probably going to trade. Hopefully we break out of it. That would be awesome. I'd like to see that, but right now that wedge is still looking pretty strong. Dogecoin versus SHIB. The only thing I say about Doge versus SHIB is they're going to go on runs whenever they do. SHIB will go on its own run at its own time. And typically when SHIB goes on a run, Doge follows at a lower percentage of gain. And likewise, the reverse is true. When Doge goes on a big run, SHIB goes on a run, but at a smaller percentage of what Doge does. They're kind of tied together that way. And that's just how they've always traded. So excitement in Doge will help SHIB. Excitement in SHIB will actually help Dogecoin, even though most of the Dogecoin community hates SHIB because it was invented as the quote Dogecoin killer. They've moved on from that and are now doing Shibarium and the Shiba swap and NFTs and games and all of that stuff, creating utility for a meme token, which actually in the long run is probably going to help SHIB, but it may not be as dynamic of trading that SHIB will have. Because so far, none of that has really played out. Although I don't think there's a lot of people outside of the SHIB, community that's building on Shibarium. Because there's so many other good blockchains to build on, like Algorand. Why don't you build on Algorand instead of Shibarium? And I think more people who know a lot more about this than me are saying that the Shibarium blockchain was actually an open source thing that they took from someone else. I don't know that, but they are kind of tied together. So we have that. Will meme coin mania return in 2024? Doge, SHIB, Pepe? I think so. I think they're all going to go up. Not doing price predictions this video. Joke smoke. Tomorrow, we'll be talking prices on my video tomorrow, okay? But yeah, I think even Pepe is going to trade well. It's holding on to a top 100 spot. I don't know where it is actually today because there's been a lot of movement. Pepe, it's number 101. It just fell out of the top 100 again. I knew it was close. So it's number 101 right now for Pepe. But Pepe's traded well, up 7% on the day. That's pretty good, right? So Pepe is going to be around if any of you guys are holding Pepe. I know Bull Run holds a chunk of Pepe. That'll do okay. And then Ava Lab CEO weighs in on cultural significance of meme coins. I did or kind of cover that already, that there is this whole kind of narrative about meme tokens, meme coins in cryptocurrency, there's kind of a place for it now. So we have that. And then Bonk. Is Bonk going to retrace, or are we going to see Bonk turn around and take off? And I think I saw another question in the chat. Someone was asking about Bonk. I think because Bonk, their open interest has dropped from 248 million to 155 million. So a lot of the futures interest in Bonk is really died down here. Some of this might be just because of the holiday. I don't know, but I would kind of think that this is probably going to turn around, particularly when Solana does the next thing with Bonk, which I think they probably will. And that's going to be a video tomorrow, Joke Smoke, not live. I'll be live again Wednesday at 5 o'clock. But tomorrow's it's going to be a video that's going to be price predictions for Dogecoin for 2024. So look out for that. So I think Bonk is going to probably just chop for a while, but then we're going to see Bonk eventually take off again. Where it takes off to, does it eclipse this all-time high or not? We'll see. Now it needs to double to get back up to just this level, to double in price. Hey, doubling in price, that's pretty good, right? Put in $10,000 and then you got $20,000 if it doubles in price. Hey, that's pretty good. Not saying to put $10,000 in Bonk, but I think I have about six something into Bonk now. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But that's all kind of the thing that's going on with memes right now. It's sort of that narrative, which I thought was good to cover today on this first day of 2024, because I'm looking forward to it being a crazy year. For those that have just joined, we're looking for 2024, the year of the Bitcoin halving, to be a green year, but not all-time highs. Following the 4-year cycles, the all-time highs have traditionally been the year after the Bitcoin halving year. And so my goal, my plan, it's not a goal, it's a plan, is to not be selling my main coins in 2024. I would only sell some, like SHIB I might sell if it goes on a huge run. Let's say this summer or this fall, something big happens in the SHIB thing and SHIB just rockets up and does a 10x. I'll probably sell my SHIB in 2024. I won't continue to hold that. That's how memes work. That's how Bonk works. That's how Dogecoin works. Now, I'm never going to sell all my Dogecoin, but if Dogecoin goes on some huge run, let's say X payments, right, this summer, and Elon says, yeah, we've got Dogecoin on X, Dogecoin's going to go crazy. I will be skimming some Dogecoin and making some profits, not waiting till 2025. But all of the other blockchain projects, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Algorand, Arbitrum, Optimism, all of those others that I own, I'm holding those into 2025. That is my plan. Not saying that's what your plan. You'll have a different plan than me, but that's what my plan is. And we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Yeah, there's always people that turn a few dollars into millions. That's probably a dev or someone who knows the dev, who put some money in right when it launched. That's typically how that works. So Sergio says stick to top 10 coins. I like to look at top 100 because you miss out on gains if you're just in the top 10. Like I was buying Algorand when it was in the 50s and now it's up to 40 and it's going to keep moving up. Arbitrum, Optimism, those are all going to move up and they're moving up now. So I look for projects generally in the top 100. Celestia, I got in late on, so-called late. A lot of people already made money on it, but when it became a top 100, that's when I bought it. So I won't make as much gains. The only one outside of that was Fetch AI. I did buy Fetch AI. That's this one here. So Fetch AI, I bought when it was probably about 140 or 130, just to put some money into an AI bet. And now Fetch is, I don't know what number it is now. Let me see where that is now, because I made huge gains on Fetch. It's 99 now. It's just moved into the top 100 now for Fetch AI. And it's up 7.95% in the day. And here's its chart for the year. Again, starting October 19th. This is when altcoin bull market started, October 19th. Fetch was at 20 cents, and now it's at 72, almost 73 cents. So that's pretty good. And likewise, it's moved into the top 100 now. So that's kind of the narrative I do, is I look at top 100 coins, and then maybe if there's a particular theme. If you saw my video that I made yesterday about the themes and predictions for 2024 overall, because I put different coins into different themes that were going on, from blockchains, the Bitcoin theme, there's the Ethereum and the layer twos like Optimism and Arbitrum, and then there was AI and games and meme coins were the different themes that I was looking at. So check out that video. That's a good video. Not getting as many views because it's not solely Doge, although Doge was in it in the meme theme. Yep. Put your money where the money is. Don't buy into a project with no roadmap. Yep. True. There's always a lot of copycats. That's true. The day I sell my Doge, it's going to be over 10 bucks. Just remember what happened in 2021. If Doge goes crazy, if you want to hold through and then all the way back down into the next bear market, that's on you. I will probably have some percentage of my Doge that I'll hold through, but I'm not going to diamond hand it all through a whole nother bull market into the next bear market, assuming that there is going to be another bear market. I'm not holding that. Can you explain how you invest the same amount of money in different coins, Bitcoin, Doge, SHIB, from the all-time high percentage-wise? Doge has most profitable place. Just to get back to all-time highs, it does look like, well, both SHIB and Doge need to do an 8x to get back to all-time highs. So where Bitcoin only has to do like a 0.3x now, because Bitcoin's already at 43, and to get to 69, well, 0.5, right? About a 0.5x. Where Doge at 9 cents needs to do an 9.1 cents needs to do an 8x. And then SHIB at 10 needs to do an 8x to get to 80. Those are their all-time highs. So yes, I think there is more potential in making bigger gains if you're buying today, buying SHIB and Doge versus Bitcoin. Yes. I hope that answers the question. Bitcoin people hate either, since Bitcoin or ETH, sorry, Bitcoin and ETH hate each other. No different than Doge and SHIB. Yeah, I've kind of don't hate. They're maxis that are hate, and I'm not a Doge maxi. And I only bought SHIB because I just want to make money on it, and I'm going to dump it when the price goes up. And I'm not shy about it. I'm going to dump all my SHIB when the price goes up. So, yeah. Bitcoin SV is trash. I don't know why it's pumping. That's just, yeah, the top 10 is going to change. In 2 years, the top 10 is going to be totally different than what it is today. Well, maybe not totally different, but it'll be different. There'll be others in there. Yeah. Jordan Belfort did an interview with Tucker Carlson. His advice for getting rich: buy S&P 500 ETF and hold long-term, reinvest dividends, add to position monthly. But that's not how Jordan Belfort got rich. He didn't get rich doing that. So why would he say play the safe route by just buying S&P 500 long-term? That's not going to get you rich. Getting rich is taking risks. That's how you get rich. You don't get rich playing it safe. That's a safe bet. Unless you're already a millionaire. Now, if you've already got a ton of money and you can do this, great. But if you're just starting out and maybe you can put in $100 a month, $500 a month most, you're not going to get rich like this. Now, you'll have a nice nest egg by the time you retire, but that's not going to get you rich. That's not going to make you rich, in my opinion. I'm just seeing this for the first time. But Jordan Belfort did not become rich by putting money in an S&P 500 ETF. That's all I'll say about that. We can get rich on Dogecoin. God, these people. Bull run doubled the near bag. See, that's how you get rich. What Bull Run is doing and what I'm doing. That's how you get rich. Not what Jordan Belfort just said. That's how I used to trade. That's how I traded up until a couple years ago, until I came upon Dogecoin. I was doing some swing trading of some stocks, was doing okay on some of that, but it wasn't making me rich. So, yeah. It's currently Doge season for the next 56 days. I think the big Doge season, yes, we're going to have these rocket launches these next couple months. Yeah, that's going to be good for Doge. But we're waiting on X Twitter and what's really going to happen with X Twitter. So Robinhood is nothing like MEXC. That's correct. I use Coinbase. Coinbase has a good selection of coins for United States. MEXC, you got to play some games to trade on it. And there are lots of stories coming out now about MEXC traders making a good killing on some leveraged trade, and then they're not getting their money. So I would be very careful with MEXC. MEXC has contacted me, and they try and get me to do a video about them, and I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. You see some of these other YouTube guys talking about these other exchanges. You know, they're getting paid to shill those exchanges, and I'm just like, I just get a little affiliate income out of Coinbase and Robinhood, but these are the ones I use. I don't need a VPN. Yes, you have to do KYC, but if you're an American citizen and you're here in the United States, that's what we've got. So that's what I use. I only promote the actual products I use. Like I have a link here for Ledger right there, and I've got my Ledger right here. I use it. I use CryptoTab browser right there. And I generate little bits of Bitcoin. It's free. It's free Bitcoin. It's not a lot, but it's like a little faucet of drip, drip, drip. But so I've got a link in the description below for that. But I only promote what I use. I used to have Binance US here. I got rid of it because of all the crap that was going on with Binance. I don't support Binance US anymore, so I got rid of it. I'm not going to continue promoting them if I'm not using it. That's how I am. So January is the deadline for the ARC 21 ETF. That's only one of them is January 10th deadline. The BlackRocks and all of those are in March. However, because we think that they're all going to be approved at the same time, most likely we're going to see this January 10th approval for a bunch of them. I think there's like 10 or 12 of them overall that have applied, and we may see 8 or so of them get approved by January 10th. If the SEC only approved the ARK Invest one, the ARK 21 ETF, it would have an advantage over all the others. But see, Cathie Wood, she had her application in 2 months before the others got their applications in, which is why hers is January 10th. So she's pretty smart. She's ahead of the game. But the SEC looks like they're probably going to also do the BlackRock and the other ones at the same time. Now, if January 10th passes and we don't have Bitcoin spot ETFs approved, that means the ARK 21 spot ETF was rejected. They can't delay it anymore. So we'll see what happens there. But that's the real story. They're not telling you that. You got to dig into the actual news, what's going on there. They want you to pour your money into their slow growth assets. Their 5% gains are in the millions versus yours, maybe thousands if you're lucky. Exactly. And also, they're making money off of your money, right? You're putting money into an S&P 500 ETF. They're making money off of you with their fees. That's why they say do that. No. Buy your crypto. Hold your crypto. Don't buy Bitcoin on a spot ETF. Buy the Bitcoin on exchange and put it in your hardware wallet. Own the actual asset. You buy a spot ETF, you don't own the asset. I do own Bitcoin. I don't have a lot of Bitcoin. I own a lot more altcoins, but I do have some. We even have some Bitcoin in our Kriss DCA portfolio here. It's our number 2 holding right here. And we're up 61% on this Bitcoin that we bought back in August, where our average price is 26,900. And now Bitcoin's trading at 43,600. Yeah, 61%. That's good. Not bad for 3 months. It's a start, I say, because we're going to hold this portfolio all through 2024. What's the price of Bitcoin going to be a year from now? What's it going to be in 2025? We'll see. But yeah, this is a little bit of Bitcoin. How much Bitcoin is in here? 0.036 Bitcoin is in here. But I own little bits and pieces of Bitcoin here and there. I don't have a huge Bitcoin holding. I was betting more on altcoins. Didn't see Bitcoin doing 160% in 2023. I'm surprised at that. But it's altcoin season now. It has been since October 19th. So, yeah. You think the ETFs will be approved at the same time, so there won't be favoritism. That's what I agree to, Sergio. Hey, Tedward, how are you? Just joining. What is the high prediction this year for our beloved Dogecoin? You have to watch my video tomorrow. Not doing price predictions in this live stream. I'm saving it for a video for tomorrow. I have not heard of Crypto Call 2024. And is it a coin? Probably not. It's probably a token. So probably a token. Yeah, I don't understand why someone would buy the spot ETF for Bitcoin instead of the actual Bitcoin. Where is the advantage? So the advantage is you're some rich guy, right? You don't have time. You don't want to set up your own account, right, with a Coinbase, right? You don't want to deal with it, right? You're used to just calling your broker, right? You're calling your BlackRock broker and saying, you know, buy me 5,000 shares of Tesla, right? That's how you're used to operating. Well, now you can call up your broker and say, get me some of that Bitcoin. And they will give you Bitcoin spot ETF is what they'll give you, because they can't sell you the actual Bitcoin. That's who this is for. This is for those guys who are too lazy, too rich to deal with buying your own actual Bitcoin. And they don't believe in it for the purposes of, like, not your keys, not your crypto kind of thing, right? To protest the banks, all of that other stuff that cryptocurrency was made for. They just want to make money. That's all they care about. And they see the opportunity to make money with an asset like Bitcoin, but they don't actually want to hold the physical Bitcoin. They're the ones who are going to be buying this stuff. They're already in the BlackRock ecosystem, right? They've got their broker. They've got millions of dollars already with them. And now they're just going to be able to buy this Bitcoin, but it's not real Bitcoin. That's what that is. So Sergio thinks the DCA portfolio will be 150K. I will be looking for Doge wallet addresses when we sell. I will get the Doge wallet addresses from all of you that are members. But if you have not joined, if you subscribe to me, that's great. I appreciate it, right? Thanks for subscribing. But that's not going to get you Dogecoin. You need to actually join the channel. You get a little check mark next to your name. Your name is green in the chat. Those are the ones that have joined the channel. That's how you're going to get Dogecoin from this portfolio. This 75,000 Dogecoin right here is going to get paid out to all the members that joined the channel. And those that joined earlier are going to get a larger percentage of that Doge. Those that join at the last minute, they'll get a little Doge. But those that have been here longer get more Doge. That's to be fair, right? So we've been doing this since the end of July. And there were a few people that were actually members of the channel before then. I didn't have a lot of members, but the membership is growing. I'm going to be adding more emojis in that you can use in the chat as more members join, but you have to join. So you have to do something in order to get something from me. Most likely, you're going to be getting a lot more Dogecoin than the cost of being a member to this channel. But being a member of this channel supports me. But this was me saying, look, I think, and I thought the summer of 2023 was the bottom of the market. That wasn't for Bitcoin, because Bitcoin we bought at 26K, and a year ago Bitcoin was 16K. Okay, aside from Bitcoin, almost everything else here that we bought were at yearly lows. Dogecoin, our average price is 6 cents. Algo, our average price is 10 cents. 10-cent algo is our average price. Now trading at 23 cents. We're up 135% on that. And it's just getting started. It's going to go to $1. That's another 5x. And maybe even more. So, I mean, look at Jasmy Coin here, up 86%. Our Render is already up 224. We bought Render at $1.45. Thanks to Toss, because he was in on the stream and we were buying live, and I was saying, hey, what else should we buy? Toss said, buy Render. It's like, okay, we bought some Render at $1.45. It's now at $4.72. So yeah, that's what that's all about. We're having fun. Part of it is having fun too. But thanks, guys, for posting all of the emojis too. Because Jason and Curtis and Bulldozer will be getting Dogecoin out of that stash. Absolutely. Bum, 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 bum. Will the X payment integration get front ran? I don't think so, because we don't know when this is going to happen, or even if it's going to happen. That's the difference there. When Elon went on Saturday Night Live, he announced it like late April. So there was a run up to May 8th. And the Dogecoin was going crazy from like April 20th, 21st, up until it hit its all-time high, which was like May 6th or 7th. It wasn't even May 8th. So yes, Dogecoin got front ran, but this X payment thing, that could just come out of the blue. We won't know. Now, it could leak out. Somebody might know something beforehand. That could happen, but yeah. Invite guests on the show. Might do that. I used to do that on my old channel. I used to have guests, and I wouldn't mind being a guest on other people's channels if they want to invite me. That'd be fine. Don't mind talking about cryptocurrency, spreading the word of Doge. That's always fun. But yeah, I used to have weekly guests on my old channel. So I wouldn't mind doing that again. It's always fun. Breaks things up a little bit. Anyway, gang, so this is what's going on with Doge. We're in this wedge here. We'll see whether that wedge plays out or whether we break out of it. So far, 2024 is looking like a green year. Everything's in the green, some more than others, but everything in the green so far. That's great. Well, look at the graph, up over 21 cents. Look at that. That's a good start to the year, I would say, for a cryptocurrency, wouldn't you? That's pretty nice. Those green candles going up there. Arbitrum, green, almost to all-time highs already. What else was moving today? Harmony 1. Yeah, it kind of ran here a week ago, and it's starting to come back now. And Algorand, almost back up to a yearly high. So yeah, everything's kind of moving. So anyway, so that's what's going on. Hey, thanks everyone for joining. Please give a like, subscribe, join the channel. You won't be sorry. Get Dogecoin. If we really think that the price of everything is going to go up, you can join with me and you can get free Dogecoin from me. So we have that going on. Got a big video coming out tomorrow, which is going to be my Dogecoin price prediction video. And I'll be back again Wednesday at 5 o'clock. Join me then. Until then, hope you all have a rest of your good New Year's Day. We'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.